Welcome to the greatest city in sports rebuild once again, year 4, 2028. And if you have not seen the previous 2 seasons, I don't know what to say, 3 seasons, technically this is episode 4, but like if you have not seen the previous 2 seasons, you are missing out. The San Francisco Bay Area is in a position of pure greatness. It's going to be really hard for some cities to top this. I already know San Francisco is going to be really high on the leaderboards at the end of this because we have built some phenomenal teams across all 4 of these. We've maneuvered the salary cap, we've maneuvered everything, and you can tell how much maneuvering I've been doing, how much minutia we've been doing, because those videos have been really, really long. If you see the timestamp on this one in the bottom, and it is, I'm recording this right now, early. I don't know what the timestamp says on the bottom for how long this video is. If it's over 2 hours, you got another banger on here. If it's under 2 hours, it's because I'm going to do this season. Something I don't normally do in rebuilds, but I just know how long these last 2 have been. And if I make this into a supercut, it's going to be like 10 hours. No recruiting, no scouting. We don't need it. The teams are already in a good spot. I'll simulate it. We'll let the computer do it. You don't need my extra ability to do so. That should hopefully make the Giants go by faster, as well as Stanford go by faster. We will come back for Stanford in the transfer portal portion, but there's no Giants recruits that we would get or prospects we would get that would actually be able to play in year 5 anyways. The guys we got last year might be able to participate in year 5. Probably not. But let's get into this. So with the Giants, which we're going to start with chronologically here, if this is a supercut, you're probably like, dude, what are you talking about? We did not make a whole lot of moves this offseason. We have the same pitching staff coming back this year with Webb, Peralta, Eflin, Gallen, and Garrett. Rope is gone. I kept Harrison, and I had to keep Spencer Bivens. I mean, Spencer Bivens is the GOAT. Had to keep him. The only other move we have is Francisco Peralta, who's a free agent that I signed for $40K. And somebody must have not, just left him available. He looks really, really good. So we'll have him. Otherwise, the bullpen is the same. Lineup, the one change we made was we got Pavin Smith. This is because of this right field problem that we had. Robles was really good 2 years ago. Last year, he was bad. And so we are going to start with a platoon of Pavin Smith and Luis Matos. If anybody underperforms and Robles looks good as a bench bat, maybe he comes in to take that right field spot. First base is going to be permanently Felipe Moreros now. I'm going to platoon Bailey and Sam Huff because Sam Huff was phenomenal last year in the postseason. We cannot ignore it. And he's good enough defensively that I'm not going to say he's, a negative compared to what Patrick Bailey does. Eldridge is up. Lamont Wade might not necessarily last that much longer on this team, but who knows? And the question is whether or not Felipe Tejada, who is in AA, can develop. He's an 81, but he played so bad in the minors last year that I'm not sure he'll be able to contribute just yet. I would love him to be able to, but he was really, really bad in the minors last year. So this is the team going for a three-peat. So sorry if I spoiled it for you. Going for 3 in a row here with the Giants. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. At some point, generally, something falls off. Something falls apart. Somebody falls apart. I hope that it's not like, I could see it being Matt Chapman. He's 34. He's in year 10. But I think we'll be able to be fine. We're still the second-ranked team. We're the second-ranked pitching is third-ranked in contact. The comedic thing is what's going to happen is we're probably good enough to win our division, which means we'll miss and lose in the first round of the playoffs because we've been just coming out of nowhere each season. So I guess what we can hope for is a 100-win season when the Dodgers win 105. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably meet you around the draft. I'll do a couple updates for the next 2 months, but let's get into this season 2028, going for the three-peat. Bad news. We're leading the division, 24-9. That's crazy that I can say that that's bad news. And the reason it's bad news is because we need to play underdog. And right now, 24-9 is phenomenal. Our offense is playing really well, and our pitching staff is amazing so far. I mean, you can kind of see it. It's in the middle, but the bullpen is really what's doing the work. Spencer Bivens hasn't gotten a shot yet. Come on. Give me more for Bivens. Maybe Walker can get a 3rd straight reliever of the year. But I really like how this team has been performing thus far, and I haven't seen any real problems. I guess kind of exactly what I predicted. Matt Chapman might regress here, and Robles is playing well, but it doesn't matter because so is Matos and Pavin Smith. So we're in a good spot. I guess Lamont Wade is cold. He's hitting 301. Who cares? This team is playing really, really well. I mean, we got Shohei versus Willie in the MVP race 2 months into the season. It might be an NL West battle, but our pitching staff, though, Freddie Peralta 9-0. You know how big of a deal that is to the game. Those wins, no losses. Might get a Cy Young out of Freddie Peralta and maybe an MVP out of Willie, though Shohei is hitting 350. And so as we approach the NBA draft and the offseason in the NBA, we have a very good hold over the NL West. Great offense. We're about the same as the Dodgers, slightly better, but the main thing is our pitching staff has been phenomenal thus far. Our bullpen and our starting rotation. We are one of the best pitching staffs to a 2.91 ERA. Their lineup is technically better, but we just are in a better. I think we're a better team right now. And when it comes down to it, if you look at our lineup, the one thing I'd say is there's a chance that Lamont Wade might necessarily be done, and Matt Chapman is done. I don't even know if he really has much value. He's still a 2-WAR player at third. But what it might make sense for us to do is to make a trade here shortly, looking for a new third baseman, knowing that Chapman, who's still under a $25 million contract, he's still got a 322 on base percentage, might be, his career might be over, essentially, is what I'm saying for us. We might be stuck with this contract because he is really playing poorly. This team might have 60-plus wins at this point if he wasn't playing so badly, but Willy Adames has 26 home runs. He's hitting 338 right now so far at this point of the season. Over 1,000 OPS, almost 1,100 with 5.9 WAR. And, you know, across the board, it's been a pretty good season. You can see that Sam Huff is great. I love him. But our team is really good here. It's just a question of whether or not Chapman can hold on to third. I don't have another third baseman. I guess I have Tyler Fitzgerald, but we don't really have one. And the other guy that we could start talking about is Felipe Tejada. I called him up to AAA, and now he is playing well. There really isn't a point to bring him up just yet. He's not necessarily going to fulfill a positional need for us. He'd just be a DH, but Wade has been okay in DH, so there's not necessarily a need there. Pitching staff-wise, I mean, Webb's kind of meh, but, like, it's okay. Peralta's still in the Cy Young race. Eflin in the Cy Young race. Gallen in the Cy Young race. Braxton Garrett's not. Bivens hasn't given up a run. Look, guys, he never gives up runs. And our worst bullpen arm is Tristan Beck, who is regressing. So there's a chance maybe I move up him. This Peralta guy's good. Duvall has been good. Kelly's been good. And Ryan Walker, 3 blown saves, is not as good as he was the last 2 seasons, but maybe he'll put it together for the rest of the season. We're in a good spot. But, guys, I think somebody's going to retire somewhere. And we got to go check in on that team. Stephen Curry is going to start off this year 4 by retiring. We did exactly what we had to do about it. I mean, we wanted to make sure we got him another title, and we were able to do so. He had another 50, 40, 90 season in his last year in 2028. He played 19 years in his career, and when you look at his total stats by the end of it, he averaged 24.8, 4.5 rebounds, 6.1 assists, shot 42% from 3. But the real totals is he got over 30K points despite having some bad seasons to start his career with the feet injuries and the ankle injuries. He ends up getting up to over 30K and 3 points, almost 5,000. If he would have got there, that would have been a crazy way to end it. I mean, 25-26. It's crazy that he was that good that year, that he almost he was better than he was in 2015, 2016, a 10-year gap between those. But he ends up being one of the greatest players of all time, 30,000 points. And when you look at his trophy case at the end of it too, 5 championships, 2 MVPs, a finals MVP, 12-time All-Star, 4-time first-team NBA, and 5-time second-team All-NBA. That doesn't include the third team All-NBAs that were not listed because he's got too many awards. One of the greatest players of all time, Kevin Durant also retires, James Harden retires, Drew Holiday retires, DeRozan retires, Jimmy Butler retires, Middleton, Draymond, which, by the way, I can't believe he didn't retire right away. Klay Thompson also retires at the same time. He gets 5 championships as well. Draymond only gets 4. So his terrible contract is why he was gone. And I'm glad that we kind of got rid of him because we didn't need it. That is going to be all 3 of those guys retiring. Do they get... Let's actually check and see if Kerr retires. Carlisle does. Spoelstra does. Kerr does not. Hall of Fame inductees: Stephen Curry, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and DeMar DeRozan. Klay Thompson doesn't get there. Draymond Green doesn't get there. But they should get their jerseys retired here in Golden State. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Stephen Curry. Durant gets his jersey retired in OKC. Harden gets his retired in Houston. The end of an era. We also end up with pick 6 in this draft after a trade that I think we made that wasn't a Boston trade. I think that might have been part of the DeRozan deal, where he ended up in San Antonio. We got a Boston pick here at pick 6. We also have a Houston pick at 16 and our own pick at 30. Might be able to move these around a little bit. So starting the 2028 NBA draft, the Nuggets are going to start on the clock. There was a guy who was like clear and far ahead, was the best player. That's Randolph Edwards. I had no shot we were going to get him. So here at pick 6, I might do something where I think we're going to move around and try to turn this pick into a player, because we are win now. I mean, we just won the NBA Finals last season. And we have Jaylen Brown, we have Giannis, and we have a big hole to fill with Curry now gone. And so the question is, what can we do with this? I don't like a lot of the guys. I think there's a couple players here, but I think most of them that I liked are gone. Let's just see what we are offered. Pick 7, we should take that. Across the board, doesn't really look like a lot. Pick 6 is not necessarily super valued across the league. But I think if we stack that and put that on top of a contract, that will make for something a little bit more interesting. Because if I look at prospect scouting, Randolph Edwards was the best player here, right? 100%. There's a couple guys that I should actually check because I didn't even see. Yeah, Todd is the second best player. Conley, Poole. And I don't think there were any other guys here that... Marvin Warren, maybe? Tatum? Tiggs? Tatum? Tiggs? All-NBA? All-NBA? I think we'll try to trade this. Well, I made a trade with the Pacers. I didn't expect it to get accepted. So... let me show you who our new point guard is. So, Jonathan Kuminga, Cam Johnson, Najee Marshall, 3 first-round picks got me Tyrese Halliburton. The Pacers have not been good. He's in the last year of his deal. And so, I thought it made sense for us. And so, this is going to be the team next year, or this year, technically. Giannis, Halliburton, and Brown. Mid-20s. I think this is a really, really good core. I do have to extend Halliburton and Brown. Both of them have expiring deals. Bagley, it's going to be expiring this year. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep him. He's been really good, though. I've just been really happy with the production he gave us. So he's an 85. I can't believe he's going up. But that's the team. And so here's our team for this upcoming season. Halliburton is going to start with Moody. I could debate between Halliburton and Moody or Halliburton and a Cuff. I kind of want Halliburton to just be the primary ball handler. And then with Brown, Giannis, and Bagley, a Cuff, Kolek, and Charles Bassey with Ochai Ogbaji as well, getting 14 minutes. He should honestly get way more after how good he was last year. We still got some other guys down here on the bench that are going to be interesting. They want to play 27 minutes of Dante Exum because I don't have a shooting guard. I think I'll just make a position change for like Moses Moody. Patrick Bailey breaks his hand. He's out for 2 to 3 months. This is the second time this has happened. Good thing we have Sam Huff, who has been really good this season. So we will have a replacement. And we were kind of talking about that already. So losing Patrick Bailey hurts, but I think Sam Huff will be able to do the job. At the All-Star break, we are 5 games up on the Dodgers, 69-28. They're 64-33. It is a 2-team show here in the league. I mean, I guess technically there's other teams that are good too, but it's us two. It's us two. And the question is if we can, that means we'll probably end up seeing them in the NLDS just like we have the last few times. We're holding it off right now. When it comes to the All-Star game right now, Zach Eflin is an All-Star. Freddie Peralta is an All-Star. Neither are starters. Framber Valdez gets starting as a Padre. But we also should have some more. Ryan Walker in the bullpen is an All-Star. One of his worst seasons yet. A lot of blown saves, I think, from him. Actually, you can see some regression across the board from Ryan Walker as he has played a little bit poorly this year. But we have some more All-Stars because you know how we're doing. Tyler Fitzgerald is an All-Star. 20 home runs right now for Tyler Fitzgerald, hitting .261. We have another starter in Willy Adames, who is, in the MVP race with Shohei Ohtani. Jung-Hoo Lee is an All-Star starter in center field, hitting .318 with 12 home runs. And then there's Ohtani. So this is going to be Willie versus Ohtani, I think, to see if we get an MVP here in San Francisco. I think I found my third base fix for this season. Josh Smith is generally pretty good in this game, and he ends up being available on the block. We're going to give up a good amount. I don't need to give up this much, by the way. I'm just doing it. We're giving up a really, really good prospect in Francisco Quevedo, but he's never going to play for us, and he's pretty far away anyways. They would have taken him straight up, so I gave him a couple other prospects on top of it. We will have a third baseman in Josh Smith. He also can play a lot of other positions, so if Chapman does put it together, Smith can move to play first, short, outfield, whatever we need him to play. Look what the computer drafted. They found some good players here in the right field spot. Look at that. First guy sucked, but they found something. This is like the race to the home run record. It's the race to, I guess it would say the win record, but we would only have to lose 5 more games in order to do that. 99-41. As September starts, the Dodgers are 5 games behind us. Look how dominant we are across the league. They are 17 games ahead of the second place wildcard team. This makes the third place wildcard team below 500 in the NL. That's how dominant these two teams are right now. And the other thing is, on top of this, I know that we are really hunting these awards down, and I think we might be able to hold on to them. Willie is leading the MVP race. Shohei fell a little bit behind, and Austin Riley caught up into it, but the RBIs are helping Willie. Cy Young, Blake Snell has taken it from Freddie right now, but Freddie, if he continues to win, if Snell loses, Freddie could take that right back. He's got a better ERA. He just needs those wins. Batting title, Willie is right behind Arias, as well as Jung-Hoo Lee. Reliever of the year, Walker is right behind Evan Phillips. We could win a ton of awards this year. We're starting the college football season here in September. At the third-ranked team, we are now a 91 overall. So, really, if anything, we should be able to outperform these two teams. Oklahoma's ahead of us this year. Last year was USC. This year it's Oklahoma. The teams that beat us seem to get the ranking above us, but we might be able to take that one spot pretty quickly if we end up having a good start. I know I play Miami early in the season. That's probably our toughest game on the schedule, though we do play Florida State. I think we play NC State. We play SMU. ACC is very, very good. But Stanford's season relies entirely upon quarterback Elijah Brown, who has kind of regressed a little bit over the last couple of years, gotten a little worse, but he's made it to 2 college football semifinals, made it to a national championship, and as a 94 overall, just needs to get a little bit more accurate. And then I think this dude is an NFL quarterback. The question is, can he just clean up the picks this year? If he can clean up the interceptions this year, I think we have a shot to win the whole thing. And so here it is, week 4 of the college football season at Miami as our first big matchup on the year. We're 3-0. We took down Liberty and Virginia and the very simple matchups to start off our season. Can we take down Miami and advance to 4-0 and maybe take the 1 spot? I don't know. I don't think Oklahoma's going to lose anytime soon. But if we can get the victory, no commits this week. And we lost a chance at a 5-star in Willis. Plus 832 XP. We win 4-0, 2-0 now in the ACC after taking down Miami. It was a close one, but we were able to do it 30-38. We end up winning this one. And I mean, the big question is, how is he doing? He's still throwing picks. That's not 5 picks. That's much better than 5 picks. It's 1 pick. I'll take that, Elijah. The amount of interceptions he gets means he's not going to be in contention for like a Unitas for a quarterback or, you know, getting himself a Heisman, but it could still get him drafted. Oh, and we're going to jump in with 49ers going all in. You know, we don't have Trent Williams, so I think it makes sense to let's just invest everything into a tackle. I'm giving up 2 firsts for Joe Alt. Chargers are bad, so like, who cares? And so this is going to be the team. The 49ers this year are trying to come back after losing the Super Bowl last year. We want to really try to contend, and I think by improving the offensive line and Joe Alt and Nate Favorite, we are going to be able to do so. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be enough, and I know it's a huge investment in the offensive line, but essentially what we just did was we traded pick 12 for Favorite, plus some other stuff, and then 2 future firsts, plus a tight end, plus a good corner, a bunch of role players that are also good starting caliber players for Joe Alt. I think on top of this, we have given up and basically exhausted our assets now. If we are bad this year, if we don't make it this year, we don't have a 1st round pick to fall back on. We don't have picks to fall back on. We're investing in this year. And mainly my thought behind that is George Kittle is pretty old. Fred Warner is pretty old. Bosa is pretty old. And so we're in a position where a lot of these guys might not necessarily be able to produce at this level for that much longer. Including, I don't think Brock Purdy has been that productive. I would just say that we have to take our shot now, and we're going to do that. So, this is a team that should win a Super Bowl. It is a Super Bowl contending, Super Bowl caliber 49ers roster. Despite the phenomenal roster, San Francisco 49ers start off 2-2 on the season, dropping games to Green Bay and Philadelphia. It's not a bad way, I guess, for 2 teams that you want to lose to, but looks like our division might be a little bit better this year. I don't know. It's a little early to tell. It's just we're going to keep the downwards tone here because Stanford's 4-0 and the Giants are on a huge run. Not a great start for the 49ers coming off the Super Bowl, but I think we still can put it together. We have been pretty good, and if you look at it, like the cool thing is that we've got a really good offense to start off this season, which is nice. I don't like that the rushing game isn't good. I want more out of our rushing game, but passing game, glad that we have something there. And I'm hoping we can flip this a little bit. One reason why I think this is such a dangerous position to be in is because with the Joe Alt signing, he is a free agent, as is Luther Burden, as is Dominic Pooney, as is Renardo Green, as is the backup. We don't have the money to afford this, so we really do have to win this year. The window is now, and I guess it is that for all the teams, because when you think about it, Stanford has this year, and 49ers have this year, and I don't know if the Giants can keep up their run, and maybe 2029 isn't going to be a big hit, but 2028... if we're going to win 2, 3 titles, we got 2 last year. We're going to win 3 and get the bonus points. Might have to be now. It was a good season. I didn't think we were going to set the wins record. The crazy part about it is the Dodgers go 107-55. I mentioned wanting 100 wins while they go 107-55. They do go 107-55. We just go 116-46. That's insane. Pitching staff, phenomenal. Hitting, phenomenal. We have some awards. We have to have a bunch of them. 3 awards on the year. Ryan Walker gets Delivery Man of the Year, Cy Young to Freddie Peralta, and MVP to Willy Adames. So that is a minor award and 2 major awards, as Adames gets the MVP here, hitting .321 for 52 home runs and 147 RBIs. Doesn't get the Hank Aaron. I'm kind of surprised with that, but ends up getting the MVP. Adames breaking the Shohei Ohtani streak this season. And in the Cy Young, Freddie Peralta gets it. 20-3, 2.39 ERA with 219 strikeouts. And Eflin was right here in third, 250 with 130 strikeouts. 2 amazing pitchers. Looks like Adames finished third in the batting title, and 59 saves from Wyan Rocker. Gets him a 3rd reliever of the year in a row. Yeah. Oh, Ohtani beat him. I don't understand how that's Ohtani beating him, but Ohtani beat him. Is that like OPS? I forget what that award is technically. 1,038. They're tied. It's fine. I wouldn't have counted it anyways. Not batting title. MVP. Aaron Judge wins the MVP on the NL side, on the AL side. Another one beating out Gunnar Henderson. That is, how many does he have now? 5 MVPs for Aaron Judge. 45 home runs, 118 RBIs. And your Cy Young is Tarek Skubal, who dominant fashion wins Cy Young. 22-5, 2.22 ERA, and 172 strikeouts. We're just racking up the points. Look at all of these stats we led in. Freddie Peralta led in strikeouts, ERA. Zach Eflin led in wins. Ryan Walker led in saves. Eflin led in whip, and Freddie led in WAR. And when it comes to hitting, Adames leads in home runs. Adames leads in RBIs. Jung-Hoo Lee leads in hits. Adames in runs, and Adames in WAR. Batting average does go to Luis Arias, hitting .330, beating out Willie for the batting title, but 211 hits for Jung-Hoo Lee, 204 for Willy Adames in second place. When it comes to home runs, Adames with 52 leads the way there, and RBIs with 147. I think that means we have 1, 2, 3, plus the MVP is 6 points just from Adames and Lee. And while I'm not counting wins, because that's a team stat to me, really good for us to have 3 guys in the top. I mean, that's what happens when you win 116 games. The bigger thing, another point, because Ryan Walker leads in saves with 59 saves in the NL. We get another one because Peralta leads in ERA with 2.39. And then another one because Peralta leads in strikeouts with 219. Meaning our pitching staff, Walker and Peralta, get us another 7 points for leading in 3 categories, plus a reliever of the year and a Cy Young. So let's take a moment. We're going to go to the AL now. Riley Green gets the batting title, hitting .318 in the AL for the Tigers. 203 hits for Nico Horner leads the way for the New York Yankees. And home runs leader Aaron Judge with 45. Hader gets 60 saves on the season, coming just short of the record. I think it's 62. Oh my God, Josh Hader. Go off. .66 ERA? That's insane. ERA, Skubal ends up leading the way with a 2.22 for the Tigers, barely beating out Cade Povich. And then your strikeout leader, Jack Flaherty, with 182. They decided to send down Kevin Kelly this time instead of Spencer Bivens. I wonder if they're like, finally giving in to my feelings. Kevin Kelly with the 1.37 whip is not necessarily great. Looks like he walked a lot of guys, but still got guys out. He's got a 76 walks per 9. Feels like it should be better. Beck also gets sent down 372 with a 1.22 whip. Wasn't necessarily the greatest this year. But in the MLB, we had one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. Kyle Harrison in the bullpen, 204 with a .89 whip. Spencer Bivens, only 4 innings pitch. 6.75 ERA in those 4 innings. Not great. You're ruining my propaganda train, Bivens. Hunter Harvey, 250 with a 104. Francesco Peralta with a 3.86 and a 1.19 whip. Hayden Birdsong, 260, 121. Camilo Duvall, 382 with a 139. And Ryan Walker, 247.95 whip, 57 strikeouts, and 59 saves for a 247. Ends up getting another reliever of the year. That's 3 in a row for him. Logan Webb as our ace has not really performed like our ace. I'm glad that we went out and got like Freddie and Eflin, because those two have really outperformed Logan Webb, who had a 349 with a 119 whip this season. Freddie Peralta, though, Cy Young, 239, 107 whip, 219 strikeouts, 20-3, leads the way. A fantastic season, 5.4 whip. WAR. Kind of knew this was coming. I actually wanted him more than Zach Gallen, which is why I was frustrated I did the Gallen contract originally, because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to get Freddie. We got them both. Eflin, 250 with a .96 ERA, 130 strikeouts, 22-4. And Gallen, 372 with a 117. And Braxton Garrett on his $1 million contract, 388 with a 129 whip and 93 strikeouts. He's up to an 84 overall. Game seems to think it's time for Lamont Wade to go down, but I don't think so. He's got a 368 on base percentage. He walked 102 times this season. Got a really good eye, 159 hits on the year. Still sent down 259. Anybody else get sent down? Doesn't look like it. Bryce Eldridge did, but Eldridge has been incredibly disappointing. I was hoping that he would end up being like a guy for us, but he just has not, and we gave him a contract extension, and it hurts. It hurts to look at that extension because he has been bad. Let's ignore that we did that. All right, Matt Chapman, 227, as he regresses down to an 84 overall. He's getting old. We just need a little bit more production out of him for a couple more years, as Josh Smith probably did a good job to replace him for the rest of the season. Robles, 247 in on the bench this season. Patrick Bailey, 280, 3 home runs after getting hurt and missing most of the season. Still had a really good year. Luis Matos, 297 for him. And then when it comes to our actual lineup, now Lamont Wade got sent down, but Jung-Hoo Lee, 314 with 18 home runs. He ends up hitting 211 hits on the season. Really good in center field. We'll come back to Willie. Elliot Ramos, I was mispronouncing him all last video, and I apologize. 241, 21 home runs. A little bit down year for him. Looks like he had some regression. A little bit of World Series high from him last season. Still got 1.1 WAR as he was better defensively this year. Tyler Fitzgerald, 31 home runs, 265 with 119 RBIs for our second baseman. And then Josh Smith, good trade piece, 291, 33 home runs, 100 RBIs. For the third baseman, platoon guy. He's going to get some cash in the offseason. Not from me, though. Felipe Marrero, 282, 14 home runs, 71 RBIs for our rookie. He did not get a chance to... He was not rookie eligible. I did not send him down early enough last year to get the eligibility. That's on me. I honestly should have just kept him then, I guess, last year. But, all's well that ends well. We'll take it. He ends up getting more development, 282, 355 on base for our first pick that we took. And Pavin Smith, 273, 19 home runs, platooning, 375 on base percentage. Really good in right field. Sam Huff, our World Series hero last year, 252, or our NLCS hero, actually, 252, 12 home runs, taking the place of Patrick Bailey for most of the season this year. He's put together 2 really good years in a row. Like 2 really good years in a row. It's crazy to think he's just kind of a backup catcher to us. Expensive backup catcher, but a backup catcher. I could have gotten rid of him. But the real show comes from Willy Adames. Up to a 98 overall. His potential is definitely not that high. So I think that 2025 season he performed really well, pushed his potential up, and he just kept performing, so it just kept going up. And the power got here, and look at him. I mean, not like the power wasn't here before. He just was never healthy in Milwaukee. 162 games, 204 hits. This is what happens when he plays a full season and is consistent with the bat. 38 doubles, 52 home runs, 147 RBIs, walked a good amount, hit 321 with a 400 on base percentage, 1,038 OPS on the season, and racked up 10.8 WAR this year at shortstop. He ends up getting an MVP, Silver Slugger. That is first All-Star? That's crazy. And the home run champion, Willy Adames. Let's go. For a third straight season, we are meeting the Los Angeles Dodgers here in the NLDS. However, the tables have turned, and this year, we have home field advantage. Now, home field advantage has not mattered so far in our series with the Dodgers. We've won both of them and upset them. Now, our goal is to not let them upset us in return, which is crazy to say because they won 107 games, but I guess we won 116. Game 1 against the Dodgers, Webb versus Snell. We lose 0-4. The Stanford Cardinals on Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon. No, it's Saturday night, actually. Are playing against Georgia Tech. Surprised we got a night game in college football. We are hopefully just going to be able to take this. Georgia Tech shouldn't really compete with us as a top team. We are one of the best teams in all of college football with one of the best quarterbacks. We got to commit. We got another commit in Austin Beavers. We got another commit in Morgan Simonette. And, I mean, this helps that we're now a top team. I think we're 4.5 stars now. 1100 XP. Looks like probably a player of the week. Raheem Elam, 2 touchdowns, 104 yards. Yep, we win. We are 5-0 up to still number 2. So that means that I think Oklahoma is still undefeated ahead of us. Sunday night, it's game 2. We've got Cy Young winner Freddie Peralta on the mound. We need to tie this series up in order to, really have a chance. I don't think we're winning 3 straight. So Peralta versus Ohtani in game 2. We do win 6-2. It is 1-1. We've lost our home field advantage, but we still could pull this out if we don't lose both in LA later this week. And it's Monday Night Football for the San Francisco 49ers playing against the Cardinals. After this, we'll have a bye week, so this will be it's an early bye. It's essential for us to go in 3-2, I think, over 2-3. But it's the Cardinals. We shouldn't really expect much out of them. They haven't really been that good this entire sim so far. And they're not. We win 38-17. 3 games to decide whether or not we get to continue our dynasty or the Dodgers get to restart theirs. Game 3 in LA. Zach Eflin versus Roki Sasaki. We win that one 5-0, taking a 2-1 lead, stealing a game off the Dodgers in LA. Gallen versus Glasnow in Game 4. We win both of those in LA. We're better on the road anyways. We win that one 3-1, and we will be taking on the Washington Nationals here in the NLCS. And so to stay 5-0 here in this, we have SMU. They're 2-2, 0-1 in the ACC. Question is, if we can hold this, maybe we'll be able to take it from Oklahoma. Going into this, can we beat SMU and either take the number 1 from Oklahoma or not? We get a 4-star commit. We get another 4-star commit. The commits generally mean you get a good chance of winning a game. And 1,000 XP normally does too. We win 6-0. We're taking on 5-1 Notre Dame next week. Look at the type of games Brown has been putting up. He's still throwing picks, but when you throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, who cares if you're throwing for picks? Like, it doesn't matter. The Nationals haven't even really made any signings. They've just had really good development from their core. Jacob Young, James Wood, CJ Abrams, and Dylan Cruz. Looks like the only signing they made was Pablo Lopez and maybe some bullpen arms, but it's kind of interesting to... I mean, I know it's 2028, so they should end up being good by then, but it's crazy to think they did this without really signing any free agents at all. But it doesn't matter. Those lack of free agent signings aren't going to be enough to beat the San Francisco Giants. The Nationals are coming in. We have home field advantage. We should be able to take them out pretty easily. I don't think they're that good of a team. We have... I guess Garrett will pitch game 1. I'm okay with that. Our pitching staff is phenomenal across the board. I don't care who starts. Game 1, Garrett versus Lopez. We win 8-4. Game 2, Logan Webb versus DJ Hers. We win 2-1. Going into Washington, Peralta versus Mitchell Parker. We win 7-1. And Eflin versus Jake Irvin in Game 4. We get the sweep. We will be taking on the A's or the Orioles in the World Series for a 3rd straight appearance. Let's just see who does it. Right now, 2-1 for the A's over the Orioles. 3-1 for the A's over the Orioles. The A's! We have an 8-day break in between games before we play the A's in what could have been a Bay Area brawl. The A's are in Vegas by this point. meaning this is the Bay versus what could have been. Let's see if we can take them down next week. So with a week before we play, we have Notre Dame here, who are unranked surprisingly at 5-1. Our rivalry game, can we hold on to our undefeated season against Notre Dame? Maybe take the 1 spot. Oklahoma could lose, please, and we could take the 1. I mean, we got to beat Notre Dame first. 4-star commits normally usually mean we win. We don't. We lose to Notre Dame. 38-35. We are unable to do it. Looks like we just get outplayed, really. CJ Carr, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Brown didn't even throw interceptions. We just got outplayed by Notre Dame this week. And, you know, close one. We only lost by 3. But there goes the undefeated season. And before World Series week, we had to take on Denzel Cooper and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 2-4 right now. As we can hold on to the NFC West if we get this victory. Actually, I don't know if we're leading it right now, but we don't. We lose to Pittsburgh. I think there are just some games where Purdy comes in and just puts up a dud. I mean, getting sacked 4 times doesn't help when you're paying, you know, as much money as we are to our offensive line, but still hurts. It's time for the Bay Area Brawl. That's what we're going to call it. I know they're in Vegas. I'm still calling it that. The Giants versus the A's in the World Series. We're just going to run through this. I think because it occurs on a weekend, I think I'd rather just run through this than, you know, jump in, play one game, and then show the other ones. So we're just going to fully focus on Giants-A's and maybe be able to three-peat here. Or the A's could play spoiler and underdog and beat us and say that they are technically the rightful heir of the Bay Area, which you might be able to say they are because they were from Oakland while the Giants were, you know, originally from Brooklyn. But it doesn't matter. They're not here anymore. So, game 1, we've got Gallon versus Gallon versus Hicks, then Garrett versus McGill, and then Webb versus Beto. The A's have a really good core, right? But the pitching staff is not part of that. So, game 1, Gallon versus Hicks. We lose 2-10 as they bring in a lot of offense. We are down 0-1 in this series. Braxton Garrett in game 2 versus Tyler McGill. We lose that one. We lose both games at home. They think that the Bay Area is theirs. Let's go take them back in Vegas. Going to Vegas. Webb versus Beto in game... Are we going to get swept by the A's? In game 4, we win from Peralta. In game 5, Eflin versus Hicks, we win that one. Oh, this is going to be 2 jump-ins again. Elimination game. Can we come back down 3-0 against the A's? All right, we're in. They won 85 games. We won 116. They are truly the underdogs, and we're the juggernauts. David versus Goliath has happened. We are now Goliath. And can we make sure this spunky little team out of Vegas doesn't get a shot as we're going to play here? In this one, I think we're the better team. I shouldn't even think about it. They have Wilson, Schumann, Rooker, Soderstrom, Butler, Langoliers, Geloff, Jake Meyer. How is this team... How did they take a 3-0 lead on us? Okay, maybe that 8-day gap in between it really just it hurt us. The long bye hurt us. We get through the first inning, no problem. They get through the first inning, no problem. But Lawrence Butler gets a single, another single from Geloff. Fielder's choice gets us out of that. McGill has been pitching really well too here, so double from Jacob Wilson, strikeout. Rooker pops up, we get out of that one. McGill gets out of the side again. Walk to Soderstrom. Fly out from Butler. Double play gets us out of that. Single from Wade gets our first hit on the day, but a double play from Adames means that we don't get anything out of it. Low scoring game here in this pitcher's duel. Josh Smith gets a hit, but still not enough. Gallon versus Wilson. Wilson gets a single. Strikeout from Schumann. Fielder's choice from Rooker. And another strikeout. Is 0-0 going into the bottom of the 6th. Pavin Smith versus Tyler McGill. Pop out. Fly out. Jung-Hoo Lee walks. Wade flies out. It's top of the 7th. Butler gets on an error. Then steals second. A single from Langoliers. I think I have to make the pitching change now. I gotta go to my hero, right? I gotta go to Bivens. Strikeout. Double play! Spencer Bivens! He's my hero. We get out of the jam from Spencer Bivens. Ground out from Adames. A single from Ramos. Gets a guy on first for Fitzgerald. Fly out. Smith gets a single, men on first and second for Felipe Marrero, who flies out. Bivens gets a ground out, gets a line out, and a ground out again. It is the bottom of the eighth. It is still tied 0-0. They are switching to Michael Otanez, who has not given up a run here in the postseason, but he walks Pavin Smith. Fielder's choice puts Huff on first base. Lee flies out. Single from Wade. Men on the corners for Willie Adames. This is big. Can Adames hit in the run to keep the series alive? He can. We take a 1-0 lead here from an Adames single. The MVP gets it. We're going to make the pitching change to the reliever of the year, Ryan Walker, for Rooker, Soderstrom, and Butler. Fly out from Rooker. Fly out from Soderstrom. Ground out. We give up 0 runs. We win 1-0 against the A's to advance to Game 7 of the World Series. And it all comes down to this. I think every single person in the world is rooting for the A's here in this game. The underdog versus the juggernaut once again with... Do I go the closer, Braxton Garrett? He ends series, or do I go Logan Webb? I think you just got to go Webb. I love Garrett, but I got to go Webb. If I make the mistake, that's how we make it. No one's rooting for us in this one. We can be real. No one is rooting for us in this one. But this would extend the dynasty. Single from Wilson, walk from Schumann, double play, and then Soderstrom flies out to get out of the jam in the first. Fly out from Lee, double from Lamont Wade, gets Adames up to bat, ground out. Ramos, runner thrown out, going home because Wade is very slow. All right, into the second, pop out, strikeout, and a walk to Geloff, but we get out of that one. Beto grounds out, gets out of the side there. Blade versus Webb to start it off, a walk. Single, men on the corners for Schumann. Sack fly gets them a score. Caught stealing. Pop up. We are down 1-0 to the A's. Pavin Smith gets a hit. Strikeout from Huff. Double play gets them out of that one. Solo home run from Soderstrom. Oh, we're down 2-0 against the A's. A triple from Geloff. Fly out. Ground out there. Adames gets a single. Ramos with a fly out and a strikeout again. The offense just is not here today. Fly out, strikeout, and we get out of that one for Webb. Beto grounds out Smith. Fly out there. Why is this pitching staff so good right now against us? Grounds out Rooker. Strikeout. Get out of that one. It is the bottom of the sixth. Can we just get the starter out? Jung-Hoo Lee gets a double. Ground out there. Adames up to bat. Pops up. Webb with the ground out. Fly out there. Another one. We are still pitching well, but we just need to get this starter out of the game. 2-run home run from Josh Smith, the midseason acquisition. We tie the game 2-2 in the bottom of the seventh. They're going to switch to Tyler Ferguson. We got the starter out of the game. Single from Marrero. Strikeout. Single from Huff puts runners on first and second for Jung-Hoo Lee, but we get a ground out there. I'm going to make the pitching change. We are going to go lefty, righty, righty. I'm more afraid of Wilson than anything, but I got to go Bivens. Double from Blade. Fly out. Fly out. Pop up. Bivens gets me out of that one. All right. Lamont Wade versus Tyler Ferguson. Actually, Michael Otanez. Strikeout. Strikeout. Walk from Ramos. Puts a man on first for Tyler Fitzgerald. 2-run home run. We take a 4-2 lead. Coming back in this one. They took out Beto. It is going to end up meaning that we have our opportunity to, win 3 in a row. The clock has struck midnight. Ground out. Fly out. Enter the game.
Welcome if you just joined us, John Shabby and Chris.
The Cinderella story ends here as the clock has struck midnight and the shoe has dropped. Shea Langoliers up to bat. They had a 3-0 lead in the World Series as Walker throws a slider. The A's have fallen down by 2 in the ninth, down to their last batter against the reliever of the year. Oh, he almost gets another dot in there. 1-1 count for Ryan Walker against Langoliers. The 8-day break gave them the opportunity. They pounced on it. The A's pounced on it, took a 3-0 lead in the series, fouled off by Langoliers, but it might not have been enough. They needed 9 days in order to get this real lead here. They took a big lead here in game 2, started off 2-0, but we were able to come back and close it on two-run shots to win this, capped off by Tyler Fitzgerald taking the lead. If Walker can get this strikeout, that would be 3 in a row for the Giants. Ball inside, 3-2 count for Langoliers. I mean, with a walk, it's technically not over. We still could lose this. Walker with the pitch. Full count, top of the ninth in the World Series. Ball is popped up to right field. The Giants win 3 straight World Series. David has met Goliath, and David has fallen. Your World Series MVP is Josh Smith, who hit the game-tying 2-run shot in Game 7 of the World Series. Playoff MVP, also Josh Smith. What a mid-season acquisition to pick him up. 346, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs in the World Series, and he hit .417 this postseason, as we not only win 3 straight championships with the Giants, we cap off the greatest season of all time. 116-46 with defeating a 107-win Dodgers team, sweeping the Nationals, and coming back from down 3-0 in the World Series to win in 2028. After winning another one and really capping off a great season, the Giants have posed a question to the rest of the Bay, saying, "Are you guys even here?" Like, to the Bay Area fans, they're asking, why do you watch anything but baseball? Because while the other teams have been good, the Giants have set a precedent that are going to be near impossible to match. The question will really lie on whether or not Stanford and the 49ers can put it together, because I think the Warriors can match the call the Giants are putting together, as long as, Wemby doesn't stand in our way. We have Virginia in the next week here. Let's just win this one. Then we'll jump ahead a little bit after this, after we do this one, and then watch the NFL at the time. And take a look as we get a commit there, another commit from Cole Batonio, another commit from Cortez Lester. And we probably beat... Yep, we did. We beat Virginia. We are 7-1, 5-0. We go into a bye week. We'll jump ahead a little bit in the rest of this college season as we try to approach an ACC championship game. We'll look at some of the rest of the big matchups. It's crazy to go all in for a Super Bowl and be 3-4 8 weeks into the season. But hey, that's what we do here in San Francisco. I guess at least we're losing close ones because we do have a really good offense and a really good defense. We lost 38-32 to the Jags. Like, our losses have been close. We need something else to go our way. Like, we almost lost to the Bengals too. which if we lost that one, that would have been even worse. We'd be sitting at 2-5 with only victories over the Cardinals. Now, we do have a very tough schedule to start off the season where I think it gets easier in the latter half. It doesn't, actually. I mean, the Bears are good, the Vikings are good, the Lions are good, the Browns are good. The Ravens still have Lamar. We just have an insanely difficult schedule this year. Maybe we'll be able to squeak out 9-8. Will that be enough for a wild card? I don't even know. Oh, and Giannis broke his leg. Not a great start to the Giannis era. Post Steph Curry. Not a great start. Don't worry. We don't have Giannis. We have Marvin Bagley. Who needs Giannis? Marvin Bagley's like the same thing. Giannis was averaging like 26, 12, and 7 before he went down. But I signed Marvin Bagley to an extension. But with Wembanyama back, it's going to be hard for us to win unless Giannis can come back at the end of the season. Which if we rush him back, he might be able to make it back by March, February, somewhere around there. Maybe. We'll get lucky. And he'll be able to come back around there. And we'll be able to compete against Wemby. Likely no MVP in the cards, though, for us. Maybe we'll get a most improved for Bagley. Well, this is a battle. I didn't realize that North Carolina was this good. They're ranked 11th. We're ranked 5th. Probably the top two teams in the ACC. We outmatch them by a lot, but they've just really performed well. This is our last good team out left on the schedule. So, if we win this one, we're in really good shape for the ACC title game. If not, we'll probably see North Carolina have to beat them again anyways. So, do we take down North Carolina? Are we able to uphold and keep our top spot in the ACC? We are not. North Carolina beats us. It's another one of those just 3-point losses. We lost by 3 to Notre Dame, and we lost by 3 to North Carolina. Brown got sacked 6 times. He's a 96 overall now, but he got sacked 6 times this game. That's going to be why you lose. We probably had no running game either. Yeah. Well, Vernon had 3 touchdowns. Yeah, I guess it was the sacks was enough. We didn't do anything to stop them. Well, we sacked him 5 times. Just weren't able to convert. Third down conversion rate? No, just red zone conversion. 100%. That's crazy. We had a lot of opportunities, just weren't able to score, really, and we lose because of it. We get a rematch in the ACC championship game against now number 3 ranked North Carolina for a chance at another ACC title here with Stanford. And so our season comes down to this. I doubt we'll make it on 3 losses. We've lost to North Carolina by 3 and Notre Dame by 3. Hopefully today we can get our vengeance on North Carolina, who will probably be in it even if we beat them, and take the top spot of the ACC and get another bye. Let's advance and see if we are able to upset North Carolina, get our revenge, and go to another college football playoff. I don't see any commits. But 11-2, third. That means we won the ACC title game against North Carolina, another ACC championship. We are advancing. Harvey Dubs with 3 sacks on the day. Elijah Brown had 2 touchdowns, 199 yards, no picks in the ACC title game. We will be advancing. College football playoff bracket, we won by, looks like, a lot. We are the 3 seed. We will be taking on Indiana, who won the Big Ten. Oklahoma is undefeated as the 1 seed. Cincinnati is 12-1. We will be taking on the winner of... If we have to play North Carolina 3 times in the same season, that's insane. You gotta be kidding me. Again? Your Heisman Trophy winner is Michael Hawkins at Oklahoma. He beat us in the national championship game last year, or not in the semifinals last year, and he ends up getting a Heisman this year for Oklahoma. Do we get any awards? Harvey Dubs, linebacker of the year with 13 sacks. He's been phenomenal. He's a junior, and it looks like Elijah got the interceptions under control this season. 43-8 on the year. 3,600 yards on the season, 66% completion percentage. this looks like a first-round draft pick we might have at quarterback. Elijah Brown has really turned around his career. I mean, not really turned it around. He's just kind of come up and been a very, very good quarterback for us. This is a real dude. He's actually going to be Stanford's quarterback this upcoming season. And it's really cool to see him be able to play this well. Rushing leaders, Roland Vernon, 839 yards and 10 touchdowns on the ground. When it comes down to receiving, Rakeem Elam, the 5-star freshman that we basically recruited, one of our only real recruits that we have that have done really well, our only 5-star that we have. Almost 1,400 yards and 16 touchdowns, 796 and 13 from Amari Borden, 428 and 4 from the tight end Andrew Rapalea. I don't know. I'm going to give up on that. Tackle leader for us this season was Maxwell Richardson with 87. We had from sacks, Harvey Dubs had 13.5. Artie Kuhn had 11.5. Ume had 7.5. So we end up getting really, really good pressure this year from our edges, but mainly from Harvey Dubs, who he could go to the NFL, but I want him to stay around for another season because he's been so good. Couple interceptions. Frederick Westbrook gets one, or gets 3, leads the way for us there. Be curious to see. I mean, I don't think 13.5 is enough to lead it, but we'll have to look around to see if he might actually be leading in sacks. Your leader in passing this season was George Sims of Hawaii with 4,400 yards on the season. When it comes to touchdowns, though, that was Michael Hawkins, who does beat out Elijah Brown, who did get to 3rd. So good on Elijah Brown to do really well to get up to 3rd place in that race. I love to see that. I'm happy that he's able. There's a guy who. No wonder USF is in the college football playoffs. 38 touchdowns, 0 picks. Whoa. Okay. All right. When it comes though to rushing, very small amount of yards here. Heath Droge leads the way with 1,100 yards for Cincinnati. Touchdown leader was Steven Blanco of the Ragin' Cajuns with 14. Not a lot of running the ball this year in college football. 17 yards. 17 yards from leading the way for Rakeem Elam. He loses to JoJo Stone of Louisville. 1409 to 1392. Touchdown leader, also JoJo Stone with 20. Was the best receiver in football this year. Elam did have a whole other game to do that, but 17 yards. Okay. All right. Defensively, tackle leader, Ahmad Kamara for Eastern Michigan. That's probably not accurate. Sacks leader says Harvey Dubs, but we're going to have to check the conferences. He led the ACC, but JJ Jean Lewis had 15 in the American. So he does not lead the entire all of college football in sacks, but he was up there. I mean, the San Jose State guy had 14. Fresno State guy had 14. 22.5 from this guy from Ole Miss. I should be checking just SEC, I think, with these. Like, what's the tackle? No, he wasn't. And below her in the SEC. But, okay. That ends up being it. No league leaders for us, even though Elam was 17 yards away from getting that. Again, they beat Iowa State. We're going to be playing them next. Also, North Texas and USF both advanced. Maybe we won't have to see Oklahoma. Maybe USF can just take care of business. But back at the NFL side, how's going all in going? It's going so great. 2 guys with broken legs in the Bay. Look at this game from Purdy against the Minnesota Vikings. 6 touchdowns, 19 rushing yards. And we won 51-30. Yeah, we've flipped this season around. We're on a streak right now. The 49ers win their division 11-6. Only lost 2 more games in the season. You can see we lost to Cleveland there, and I think we lost to the Falcons. Went on a run in the middle there at the end, and that helped us get there. But yeah, 11-6. We win the NFC West again, win our division 3-6. Actually, the West was not good. So pretty simple for us to get that division title there. And we have to take on Green Bay in the wild card to see if we can go make another run. Eagles still exist. I hope the Falcons don't win because I don't want to play the Eagles. Taking a look at our season, Purdy ends with 4,100, 48 touchdowns and 8 picks. He really woke up in that latter half of the year, had a really, really good, just his accuracy finally paid off into touchdowns. 48 touchdowns is a lot. I'm actually curious to see who got them all. First, rushing, Reeves had 888 and 8 touchdowns. He's not getting 1,000, but I think it's because he doesn't play every down, because we do have a third down back. Maybe I take that off of Guerrero next season and we give Reeves a shot to be a 3-down back to get over 1,000 yards next year. But I'll still take 888 and 8 and 200 attempts, 4.4 yards per carry. The big, let's go. Ayuk, 1,100 yards and 19 touchdowns. That's pretty good. Luther Burden, 980 and 8. Jose Jackson, 867 and 6. And 837 and 12 from Kittle. Plus 225 and 2 from Reeves. Mainly 19 touchdowns from Ayuk is great. Burden as our pickup was good too, getting 8 touchdowns in his season. Defensively, how did we do this year? Fred Warner with 116 tackles led the way for us there with 7 TFLs, 2.5 sacks, and 3 picks. Nothing crazy from Bosa. Bosa gets 15, but not over 20 this year. 15 sacks. We're happy to see Michael Williams get to 12. Like to see him produce. Our rookie, Tony Russell, had 3.5. Nothing really else out of the rest of the team, but those two, our edges, were really good this year. An interception leader, Brian Branch, our free agent signing, had 4, and Jaquan McMillan had 4 as well. Patrick Mahomes led the way in passing yards with 4,700 on the season and 46 touchdowns and 15 picks, but I don't see anybody with 48. Yes, we are the league leader in passing touchdowns with Brock Purdy getting 48 on the season. I don't think he's going to have enough yards to be in the MVP conversation because Burrow exists and Mahomes exists and he doesn't really run, so he's not going to compete with Hurts or Josh Allen. But really, really good season from Brock Purdy to get a league leader in passing touchdowns. Comes to rushing, your leader is Kenneth Walker with 1,300. Brian Windsor had 1,251 for the Vikings. Caleb Johnson also had over 1,200. I don't see McCaffrey up here. Did McCaffrey retire? Oh, no, he didn't. He looks like he got hurt. So McCaffrey must have got hurt. Only got 482 yards. So that trade looks better and better. Even though Reeves only had 888, that trade looks really, really good for us, knowing that it turned into a D tackle and or maybe not even. I think it probably turned into the corner because the Bills lost in the first round last year for us to get that high pick. Touchdown leader on the season, Quinshon Judkins with 18. Just seeing the amount of rushing touchdowns Hurts is probably going to be the MVP this season. But Judkins leads the way there with 18 touchdowns. When it comes to receiving leaders, your leader is Wan'Dale Robinson again. 1692 and 19 touchdowns leads the way in the NFL as the Falcons have a really powerful passing offense. And your touchdown leader, beating us out by 1, Devontae Smith with 20. Defensively, we had Jarvis Cross led the way with 133 tackles on the season. Your sacks leader this year, 24.5 from Greg Rousseau of the Bills, breaks the record. And then when it comes to interceptions, interception leader Keith Broyles, Jalen Ramsey, and Deron Bland all get 8. All right. Third time. Let's just beat North Carolina again, please. I don't want to play. I don't want to lose here in our last season to North Carolina. Okay, it looks like I think we won 12-2. We must have won that one. Yep, we win the Orange Bowl. I just can't believe we had to play them 3 times in one season. I'm glad that we won the Orange Bowl. Who are we playing next? After that one, Dubs had 2 sacks in the day. That'll help. From that, we have Indiana, the Hoosiers, in the Peach Bowl. Oh, this is just a brutal annihilation. They scored 14 in the 4th, but we were up 41-7 in the 3rd. Us being the better team finally showed out here, I think. Brown did throw a pick, didn't matter. We were dominant the whole game. So that's a good sign for this game against Indiana to advance hopefully, to the national championship game if we win against Indiana. But the other side has Oklahoma and Cincinnati. So if we can beat Indiana, we might have a rematch against Oklahoma. But in the NFL, we have our first round. We are just going to advance to see if we can make it to the divisional after the wild card game against Green Bay. And see who we play. We have the Atlanta Falcons. Looks like we came from behind, winning this one in OT 19-13, despite holding them to 192 yards of offense. And Purdy threw 4 interceptions on the day. Good to get it out now, right? Good to get it out now. Who do you throw him to? That's awful. Tyler Rowland had 2. Cooper had 1. We had 1 from Will. Oh my God. I guess we got lucky. We really outplayed them, but 4 turnovers put them in position to score. They just could only get field goals because Love is not good enough, I guess, to get over the hump there. But we win. We are taking on Atlanta in the next round, and they beat the Giants 28-7. The Vikings advanced again. And it looks like we have Chiefs, Bengals, and Bills, Steelers on the other side.
Welcome, folks, to downtown Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, site of this year's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and, of course, part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage. One last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. We'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, the chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we see the number 3 seed in this playoff, the Stanford Cardinals, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Indiana.
And so here in the national semifinals, we have our chance to get our revenge. I guess not revenge, but our chance to redeem ourselves and make it back to the national championship game that we were in 2 years ago. We have Indiana standing in our way from doing so. We are the 3, but oh my God, that's not a good start. I didn't even get through a monologue, man. Brown already threw an interception? Guys, Brown, come on. You can't do this to me, man. We start down 7-0. I just wanted to monologue a little bit, dude. Okay. Well, Brown starts with an incomplete pass on the first play of the second drive, but he does get a first down. We get the play from the hole, starting behind. We do have a running back this year in the semifinals. We get sacked by DeWand Odom. Elijah Brown gets 3-yard rush, only to make it 4th and 12. And then we took a we do not learn from our mistakes. We don't learn from our mistakes. This is how we lost last year. We kicked 60-plus yard field goals with, I know we have a really good kicker, but like, don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to yourself. We are going to probably fall down 14-0. Actually, maybe just 10-0. 10-0 to Indiana early from 2 mistakes that we made last year against Oklahoma. I can't even say get the jitters. This is the second game of the playoffs. All right, but Froff gets a 29-yard catch, 18-yard catch from Borden, penalty against the defense by Odom, 2-yard rush from Brown, first down on the 12, negative 2-yard rush makes it 2nd and 12. First and goal after a 13-yard catch by Froff, and then a catch by Blackburn. Means we do get on the board. Our offense finally gets some completions, and we get down there. Okay. You know what? A sack from Dubs will really show that we just didn't wake up for this game in time. We just weren't really ready. It was the night game. The lights were bright, which is crazy because we've done this. Like, we've been here before. Out of anybody, Indiana hasn't been here. But our key players are showing up. Dubs does get down there. Brown gets a touchdown on his, I guess, second drive. But we start moving. 13-yard catch there by Hook. 8-yard reception by Amari Borden. Incomplete by Brown, makes it 3rd and 2. 1st and 10 as Vernon gets a 13-yard rush. 8-yard reception by Elam brings it to 2nd and 2 on the 19. Incomplete after the pass is knocked away, but a first down by Ricky Lieber makes it onto the 16. 1 yard rush from Borden makes it 2nd and 9. A 4 yard rush from Borden makes it 3rd and 5. And an 11 yard touchdown to Amari Borden gives us the lead. Let's just keep holding Indiana down, making sure they can't score. Seidler kicks the ball off into the end zone. 2nd and 6, a 3rd and 1 after the rush by Kobe Martin. But 61 yard touchdown from Tyler Cherry to Caleb Pickett gives Indiana the lead right back. Okay. J.R. Robert, penalty against the defense. We will start with a good field position then. 46-yard line, 2nd and 7 with 4.5 left in the second. Or 4:52 left in the second. First down, big penalty on Dennis Cook puts us down to 1st and 20. A 2-yard rush from Borden is not going to break it out of that. But a 16-yard reception from Vernon makes it 3rd and 2. And a first down from Vernon gives us out of the hole there that we were put in by the penalty. But we'd like to put ourselves right back into another hole. 1st and 15. 3-yard rush from Borden makes it 2nd and 12. 3rd and 10 after the 2-yard rush from Lieber. But a 21-yard catch by Rapalea gets us to the 5. And incomplete from Brown. 1-yard rush from Lieber. 5-yard touchdown by DJ Brink gives us a lead right back in the first half. So we had, gave them good field position twice, essentially. They scored on both of those, and then they had one big play otherwise. 20-yard rush from Kobe Martin under the 2 minutes. 5-yard reception by Kyle Martin makes it 2nd and 5. Another big pass. J.P. Roberts scores 50 yards. They're just blowing the back end of our defense open. 24-21 here in the first half. Pass knocked away as A.J. Brown throws it. Gets batted down by the free safety. 4-yard reception for DJ Brink. Sacked by Cade Edens. Means that we're going to have to punt here. And only a 26-yard punt. Pass thrown away by Cherry. 14-yard pass to Pickett. Puts them on the 38, but they can't score again. Thankfully. Terrible first half, and we're only down by 3. Okay. Wake back up, guys. This is Indiana we're talking about. This isn't Oklahoma. 2 passes thrown away by Tyler Cherry makes it 3rd and 10 and a 4th and 7 as we get the stop against Kobe Martin. Punts off by Hollis. Not a great punt. Means we get the ball back. We're on the 40 with 2nd and 8. 16-yard pass to Rapalea makes it to the 45. Incomplete pass by Elijah Brown. Another pass knocked away by Jaja Boyd. And a sack makes it 4th and 16. We're going to have to punt it again. Punts into the end zone. 46. 1-yard rush. Actually, it wasn't. It was a good punt down to the 3. 2nd and 9 now on the 4. 1-yard rush from Clyde Cook makes it 3rd and 8. 3rd and 3 after a penalty on the defense. But a 1-yard rush from Tyler Cherry is not going to be enough. They're going to have to punt the ball to us. We get the ball back here, down by 3. Big pass to Eddie Freoff makes it to the 37. 2-yard rush from Brown makes it 2nd and 8. Another 2-yard rush from Vernon. And pass is dropped by Borden. We're going to kick this field goal. But he makes it. Seidler's a great kicker. He's just can't make 60-plus yarders in clutch moments of the playoffs, which I don't blame him for not being able to do. 18-yard reception for Robert. 1-yard rush from Martin makes it 2nd and 9. Big sack by Artie Kuhn makes it 3rd and 18. Don't let the big play happen. We don't. 4th and 16. They're going to have to punt the ball back to us. So, tied up, we pass to Rakeem Elam to move to the 22. Penalty against the defense and Edens. 1st and 10 after a pass to Wyatt Hook gets us to the 43. Sack by Dextrell Irwin brings it back down to 2nd and 14. 3-yard rush from Vernon makes it 3rd and 12. And passes dropped by Elam mean we're going to have to punt the ball right back to him. So 24-24 with 21 seconds left. There are now 0 seconds left in the third as they had a 7-yard rush from Kobe Martin. Entering the fourth, tied at 24 against Indiana here in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. But a first down after Clyde Cook gets a rush. 1st and 10. Negative 4-yard rush from Kobe Martin makes it 2nd and 14. That is 3 massive plays by Tyler Cherry in this Indiana offense to score. We are just like blowing it. This is just, we're blowing this. Kickoff by Stoneburner. Good return though. Negative 2-yard rush from Borden. 6-yard rush from Elijah Brown makes it 3rd and 6, but an incomplete makes it 4th and 6. And we only punt for 38 yards. Pass knocked away by Brandon Nicholson. 1 yard reception to Snead. And a 1st and 10 after Caleb Pickett gets 15 yards. They are now marching down the field. Are we going to lose this again because of bad plays? Artie Kuhn gets a sack to make it 3rd and 16. 13-yard reception means they are going to kick a field goal. We are down by 10 with 4:43 in this game. Incomplete pass for Elijah Brown. 8-yard reception for Rakeem Elam. 1st and 10 from the rush from Vernon. Incomplete from Elijah Brown. 64-yard touchdown to Eddie Freyoff. We are back in this. Jonathan Clemens hurt on the play. We are now going to be down by 1 point with 3:27 left here in the Peach Bowl. Indiana has the ball. We just need to make sure we don't let a big play happen. Snead with a 5-yard catch. 14-yard catch from Robert resets the downs. Incomplete pass by Cherry. That's good for us. 2nd and 10. 2-yard rush from Kobe Martin makes it 3rd and 8 with a minute and a half left. That's after a timeout. And pass knocked away by Frederick Westbrook means we are going to get the ball back here with a touchback with 1:15 left in the game.
And the Cardinal offense is back.
So here we are. We're going to watch this final drive for Elijah Brown. If he cannot convert, that means it's going to be the end of his college career. He makes the pass. Incomplete. Ball knocked out of bounds on that play. Our next play, 2nd and 10 on the 20 for Stanford and Elijah Brown. What is he going to do? Drops back with the pass. Check down. Is it going to be enough? Vernon only gets to the 25 before he is tackled. 3rd and 5. 1:04 left here in the 4th. Running clock. Elijah Brown in the hurry up. Drops back. Has to move forward. Gets taken down. 4th and 5 on the sack. This is going to be it. This could be the last play for Elijah Brown here at Stanford. 50 seconds left. He drops back. Needs to find a receiver. He looks deep. He finds him. No, that's a drop. That's a drop by Eddie Freyoff. We are not going to do it. We lose in the last game of the season, the Sugar Bowl. Indiana is going to take us out, and we lose to the Hoosiers. Just unable to dig ourselves out of the hole we put ourselves in early in the game. And that's a way to go out, I guess, for Brown. Throws a pick to start it off. We do another terrible coaching decision on the 63-yard field goal. The reason that's so bad is because that means you're starting from like the 47. Like, terrible. Our punter has been bad the whole time. Should have gotten a punter in the transfer portal. That's on me. That's on me. But Brown throws a pick, and then we just can't make it down, and our secondary falls apart, allowing 3 massive plays to the Hoosiers. That's not going to be a title here for Elijah Brown. He's not going to get over the hump. Indiana beats us 34-31. Indiana beat Oklahoma in the national championship game 31-20, taking out Oklahoma's undefeated season. They end up, we lost the national champions. We lost, that's 3 years in a row we lost the national champions. So it just, we couldn't get over the hump, and Tyler Cherry is able to do it for them. Hawkins threw a pick in that one. It just sucks. It just sucks. Really. So close. Elijah Brown ends his career with a 50 touchdown season in 2028 and 10 picks. One of his best seasons yet, but that 10th pick was enough to end it early, as we just couldn't get over the hump with him. And I feel bad because he was really, really good, and I was really happy to see a freshman that we were able to turn into something. And I wish him luck in the NFL, because obviously we don't need him in San Francisco with Brock Purdy, but Elijah Brown, something really, really special for him. He totaled 15,470 yards in his career, 165 touchdowns, 46 picks on 61% completion percentage. He did get sacked 122 times. in 59 games. So maybe the offensive line didn't help him out too much, but yeah, that's the end for Elijah. How did he stand up against like the rest of Stanford history? Stanford records, take entire records. 165 career passing touchdowns is the most all-time by any quarterback in the history of college football. He held the passing record in a season this year with 4,100. Got Elam the receiving record with 1,500. He had the most touchdowns ever with 50. He got Jackson Harris 17. That's all in a season. In a career at Stanford, he also holds the passing yards and touchdowns. 15,470 and 165 touchdowns is enough. Also, Harvey Dubs is at sacks. He already has the record for sacks, and he has another season left to go. A great career. What was his best game? So he didn't get the passing yards. That was Davis Mills with 504. So he never got over 504 passing yards, but he did have a game with 7 touchdowns. And that's a great career for Elijah Brown. I hope that that's enough to be like he honestly should be a top 10 pick in the draft. Well, despite the incredibly somber attitude after Brown didn't end up being able to fulfill his responsibility at Stanford to win it, we still have the NFL. We still have Brock Purdy in our all-in year here. As we are playing the Atlanta Falcons in Mercedes-Benz, we are just going to advance this one in the divisional and see if we can play in the conference championship again. In the NFC championship game, can we take out Atlanta? We win 35-28, and we have to play Minnesota again. That's another overtime victory, 2 for us so far. I don't know why we needed the extra point. Oh, I guess we didn't need the extra point last time. We needed it this time. 2 overtime victories for us so far this postseason. We win 35-28 over Atlanta. Looks like they came back in the 4th and forced overtime, but we were still able to come out on top here, as Purdy had 3 touchdowns, got it out of his system in the first game, and Penix played great. But like, it's good enough for us, I guess, to win. Luther Burden had 128 and a touchdown. And yeah, see what we can do against Minnesota again. So here we are in a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. Can we get the same result this year and get a victory against the Minnesota Vikings? That's not a good start. Justin Jefferson, 62-yard catch against us to start that off, down 7-0 here. I'm scared because that's just what just happened against Stanford. And if we have it happen twice in a row, which chronologically would be 2 days in a row, that would be an abysmal feeling for the Bay. We just need to get some stops. 2nd and 10 for JJ McCarthy. 3rd and 3 as he gets a 7-yard rush. 1st and 10 as he passes it to Jordan Addison. Knocked away by Fred Warner, forces a 2nd and 10. And a big pass from Addison brings us to the 6. 4-yard rush from Windsor. I think they're going to score. They do. We are down 2 scores in the NFC Championship game. Can Purdy put it together? And can we go down and score? 6-yard rush by Reeves makes it 3rd and 1. Another 3-yard rush from Guerrendo. We are just running the ball slowly here. -2 yards makes it 3rd and 7. We have to pass, but he only throws it for 6 to Ayuk, forcing another punt. We are down 2 scores in a punting match right now. 3rd and inches. 3rd and 1 in the 2nd now. 1st 10-10. Brandon Windsor gets the 1st down. 3rd and 4. 1st and 10 for Jordan Addison. 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard rush. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit quicker. We're down 3 scores. We'll just see what happens, see if we can make a run. Minnesota is going to get their vengeance, it looks like, on us, unless we can turn it around here and see if we can drive down a little bit faster. But with the punt, not anything. They're marching here in the 2nd. They score again. Yeah, this is going to be brutal. I'm not going to make you watch the rest of it. just annihilated here in the NFC Championship game. The Vikings are going to advance and go to the Super Bowl again as we fall short in the NFC title game and are unable to get over the hump once again. The Chiefs win back-to-back Super Bowls, defeating the Vikings 34-28. Mahomes with the Super Bowl MVP as they top the Vikings. That could have been us against them, but the Vikings just kind of smacked us. Jalen Hurts with an MVP. Raheem Morris of the Falcons gets Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Allen. Defensive Player of the Year to Greg Rousseau. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Warren Hackett with the Jets. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, Larry Samuels with the Falcons. To a much more positive place, we're getting a big signing. I think a great rental at third base is Jose Ramirez. I wasn't going to bring back Josh Smith. No matter how great he was, I didn't think it made sense to pay him $20 million plus for 4 years, knowing that he's not necessarily going to last while we have 25 tied up to Chapman. So we're just going to do a 1-year rental for third base, because Jose Ramirez is too good to pass up. The trade deadline, we're sitting at 38-19, the 3 seed here in the Western Conference, leading our division because our division is bad. But I think we only have like 1 to 2 more weeks without Giannis, and if so, we'll be in a better shape then. I think we've held down the fort really, really well, considering we haven't had him. And I'd be curious to see when we bring him back if we can jump up to the 2. They have played 4 less games than us. But I think that's the big thing, because San Antonio is winning this conference. 100%. They will be the 1. Might have been a close race with Giannis in it, but I mean, just look at this team. Like, you know, they could be starting Castle, Vassell, Flagg, Jackson, Wembanyama, and have 94, 89, 95, 91, 99 with a really good bench. So this team is crazy. We'll see if we can catch up to him. We need Giannis back. I don't think I'm going to make any moves here, though. I don't think there's anything. I'll look around to see if there's anything to do, but I'm not just going to make a move for the sake of making a move. It's the end of February, and he's back. His rating has dropped a little bit because of the injury, but he's back, and I'll be curious to see if he can hold up to what he had been doing. He probably can't, to be honest, for what he had been doing before he got hurt. But we've had a really good season so far. I mean, look at Halliburton, 23-9 on the season, 50, 40, 90. Brown has got 18. And Marvin Bagley really stepped up this year in Giannis's absence. 18-10. Really, really good from him. Just look at the improvement. He's an 86. Let's go. But just like we wanted to see, Elijah Brown, first round draft pick. I'm going to go in and I'm going to change one of the quarterbacks in the draft so that we can see him get drafted. I'd love to see that. Roland Vernon also is a first-round draft pick, our junior running back, so I need another running back now. And Borden got drafted as a senior, Nicholson in the 3rd, and Charlie Hoytink, the right guard, got drafted in the 7th round. And we saw a lot of improvements, I think, across the board. This team is really good, especially with the offensive line. I think the big change this year is going to be moving to being probably more of a receiving team, a rushing team. We do have Rakeem Elam, who is a junior and is a stud, 99 speed, 99 excel. I mean, he's just phenomenal. But the offensive line, Kevin Galladay, Vi Tuolo, Rodney Suoto, Nick De La Rosa, and Dennis Cook. Like, just look at how good this offensive line is. Our quarterback this year is going to probably be Brogan Coffee. It's either him or David Olaseni. I'd be okay with either, honestly. I think I might adjust our scheme, though. I think we might do a little bit more of an option this year, but or maybe just more running this year, because we do have running backs. Ricky Liebert didn't really go up at all, but we do have more of a running team going into 2029. Our last chance to win a championship in Stanford. Guess who it is? Welcome to the NFL, Elijah. I'm so happy to see you being able to do and show out, hopefully in the NFL, with the Carolina Panthers at pick 2. We kind of swung and missed on this draft. I got a lot of guys who were, above where they were projected. Pretty much every single player was above our projected pick. We didn't have a top pick in the draft. But we did get a dev trait with our second round pick, which I'll take. That's decent. And I think the best guy we got was the wide receiver in the second slot. And as you can see, 98 speed, 98 acceleration. That's why it's all speed. A little slot receiver out of Louisville. But really, we just needed to, I guess Biggers is okay, but not anything special at running back. Really, what we just had to do is replenish our system. We are $26 million over the cap. We had to let Burden go, Renardo Green go. The window's closed. It's shut. It's shut, but maybe we can pry it back open with a crowbar next season. Oh yeah, and I took an 83 overall quarterback, and that's who I made into Elijah Brown. So he ends up being the guy who's the best in the class. I really wish him luck. I hope he wins Rookie of the Year for the Panthers. I also put Michael Hawkins in there. He went to the Lions. And I put in Tyler Cherry. I think he went in the second round too. I just figured I might as well edit all the quarterbacks. Those are the big three: Indiana, Oklahoma, and us. We'll wish him luck in Carolina next year, but not too much luck. No title. That's ours. And so when we move to 2029, Brock Purdy will have one question being asked of him the entire time. $265 million for what? For what, dude? Why? But let's just get to the NBA season where somebody might be able to match the Giants' energy, as both Stanford and the 49ers were unable to do so. Victor Wembanyama wins an MVP healthy this season. He puts up 23.8, 11, 4, 1.7, and 2.2. That'll probably also be enough for DPOY. Randolph Edwards, number 1 pick for the Nuggets, wins Rookie of the Year. Asa Newell of the Wolves wins 6th Man of the Year. Victor Wembanyama gets the DPOY, as expected. Rasheer Fleming gets Most Improved Player over Marvin Bagley. How did he do? Oh, yeah, from 7 to 16, and from 4 rebounds to 10, of course. Ace Bailey, Clutch Player of the Year, 26, 11. 11 rebounds for, is he? Okay, I forgot that he was 6'10". Okay, Tyronn Lue wins Coach of the Year, 68 and 14. As we look at all NBA teams, you can see Wembanyama, Jokic, Ja, Ace Bailey, and Boozer. Are we going to have anybody? Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton, second team All-NBA this season. Nobody on third team. And all defensive teams, we probably won't have anybody without Giannis. We do not. And probably no rookies either, because we don't have any rookies. We were the 4 seed, but we still won our division because we are in the Pacific. And the second place in the Pacific was Phoenix. So our division is bad. That's good for us. We're the 4 seed playing against Houston this year. But we have Giannis back for the playoffs, which does make a big difference. Giannis only played 27 games this season, and so we're kind of a sleeping giant, nicely, in this position, being able to sneak up on some teams. We should easily take out the Rockets. But then we have 23 points per game this season from Giannis in his 27. Dropped off a little bit because he came off injury, wasn't as good once he got back from the leg. But Halliburton this year, 22 and 9.6 assists on the season for him. He was very good, worthy of an All-NBA second team. Bagley outscored Jaylen Brown, 18.4 and 10 for Marvin Bagley on 58% shooting. 18 for Brown, 10 for Kolek, 9 for Agbaji, who started most of the season in Giannis's place. 14.5 for a Cuff, who came off the bench this season. 10 for Moody, 5 for Aaron Wiggins, and then 3 for Charles Bassey, who got some minutes too. I don't think we had... Did we get any 50, 40, 90s? 50, 40, 90. I love it. Tyrese Halliburton, 50, 40, 90 on 22 and 9.6. Taking a look at league leaders, your scoring title goes to Ja Morant, who averaged 29.2 per game. Do you have a teammate? Oh no, JG is in Brooklyn now. With 29 points per game. Rebound leader this year, Cam Boozer of the Knicks had 13 rebounds per game. Assists leader, Nolan Traore leads the way with 11.1. Now Halliburton was in second. Steals leader, Dyson Daniels once again. I keep saying Daniels. I don't know if it's like a tongue twister. Dyson Daniels. Whatever. A blocks leader, Chris Senek Jr. of the Philadelphia 76ers gets 2.4, tied with Cam Boozer to lead the way there. Field goal percentage leader, Derek Lively once again with 62%. Your 3-point percentage leader was Bryce Sensabaugh with a 47.6% free throw percentage, or 3-point percentage, and Conrad Knuppel leads the way free throw percentage with a 97.9%. We had no league leaders, but we are the 4 seed. We do have a shot to make a run. I don't think we're going to repeat. We got to get past the Spurs, but maybe that'll be a good series. So, first round against Houston. Hopefully we should be able to take them. They have on their roster, I think we looked at them last year when we played them, Reed Shepard, Jalen Green, AJ Demansah, Amen Thompson, and Alperen Şengün. We are the better team. The question is, can we get over top of them this time around? We win the first game by 29, 123 to 92. Game 2, we win 117 to 114. Very close game. Didn't require OT, but Giannis put up 33, 16, and 4 with 5 blocks. In game 3, Aaron Wiggins broke his leg. A good thing he's a bench player for us, but we lose that one 123 to 109. In game 4, we take a 3-1 lead, winning 134 to 124, and they take another game, 3-2 series, but we do advance. We are playing San Antonio. In the other series, you have Dallas and Phoenix, Charlotte and New York on the other side, and Atlanta and Chicago. Can I just say this? The fact, not this team, the fact the Lakers went 41-41 with, I'm not kidding you, the greatest roster, Tyler Hero, Luka Doncic, I guess AJ Green's not great and Jaden Quaintance isn't great, and Jokic? They still had Austin Reeves? And they went 41-41? Whatever. Okay. San Antonio, we looked at their roster already. We are significant underdogs in this series. I'm actually going to shorten the rotation right now. I'm not even going to mess with it. The only way we can compete against them is with a shorter rotation and with our stars playing as much as possible, because we're not as good as them. We're not as good of a team as them. And with Wiggins out, it makes sense to anyways. So, game 1 against the Spurs. If we win this, I think we've got a good shot of winning the whole thing. We lose game 1, 121 to 114. Jaren Jackson leads the way, 25 points per game. Halliburton had 26. Bagley had 25. Giannis had 24. Jaylen Brown with 16. Game 2 against the San Antonio Spurs. We tie it, 112-107. It is a 1-1 series. They didn't get much from anybody. Halliburton and Giannis both got over 20 with double-doubles. Giannis had a 5x5. Giannis had a 5x5 in that playoff game. Okay. All right. Game 3. That would be a great series to watch. Wemby versus Giannis. Game 3. San Antonio beats us 117 to 106. Jaylen Brown's the leading scorer this one. Halliburton does not show up for this playoff game. Cooper Flagg drops 29. Game 4. We tie it again. It is 2-2. 128 to 113. Giannis put up 32 and 12, almost another 5x5. And when we look at Jaren Jackson led the way there for them. Wembanyama only had 7 before he fouled out. So Giannis got him to foul out early. Game 5. Is Giannis Wemby's kryptonite? It might be. We are up 3-2 over the Spurs. Wemby just doesn't play well again, because I think Giannis drops 35, 12, and 10 in a triple-double. If Giannis can win this one, that'd be great to silence Wembanyama. Game 6, Agbaji pulls his calf muscle. And we advance. We beat the San Antonio Spurs. The biggest threat to our team, Giannis shuts down Wembanyama for an entire playoff series, and we end up advancing to play Dallas now in the next one. Knicks and Hawks on the other side. Kolik's going to be hurt for this, so I guess a cuff's going to come into the lineup. They have Kyrie, Ace Bailey, Kevin Huerter, Jeremy Sohan, and Derek Lively. Do they not have Anthony Davis anymore on that roster? I don't... No, he's just coming off the bench. Okay. Gafford's... They have Lillard, too. Okay. All right. They're just very old. That's the only reason why. They're very old, and they have Ace Bailey. It's really just Ace Bailey's team at this point. Game 1 in this series against Dallas. We took out the Spurs already. Can we take out the Mavericks? Dallas beats us in Game 1. Kyrie Irving puts up 24. Our leading scorer was Marvin Bagley. Giannis didn't really show up here in Game 1 against Dallas. Game 2, we win that one 126-110. Giannis responds, gets 27, 14, and 8, and Halliburton shows up as well. Bailey put up 31, but it wasn't enough. Game 3 against Dallas, we win 114-77, dominant fashion. I'm not even going to look at the box score because we dominated that one. Game 4, we're up 3-1. Halliburton had 42 in that one. And can we advance to the finals? Nope. They're going to get another win on us, making it to Game 6. It is a Game 7. Mavericks beat us in that one. We tried to come back, weren't able to do so. Ace Bailey just, showed up, I guess, here. We're going to have to simulate with Simcast and jump in. The Knicks advance to the finals. Can we win against the Mavericks? First quarter, we have a 7-point lead. Second quarter, they close that up. This is a close game in the third. We have the lead going into the fourth. This is a 2-point game. We are down by 2, tied up with 5 minutes left. A very close game with 3 minutes, 2 minutes left. We have the lead with 1 minute left. Let's jump in. I'm going to make sure not to play in this one. We're just going to jump in to watch. Because I don't want to control it. I don't want to mess anything up. We're up by 5 here in the Western Conference Finals. Moses Moody is passing it in. Giannis is on the court. Halliburton gets the ball. Throws it over. Wide open. Darius Akuff for 3. Hits the 3 to make it an 8-point game. Darius Akuff gives us an 8-point lead as they throw it in to Kyrie Irving, who is tired and hurt, against Tyrese Halliburton. In this, Kyrie going to try to do it himself, gives it to Ace Bailey, who's going to try to size up Darius Akuff. He's got the size advantage. You give it back to Kyrie Irving, who's going to dribble up left, trying to get past Halliburton. Takes it, pump fakes, gets the foul by Halliburton. Let's just quick sim these. I don't want to watch the free throws. And we have the ball here now. Marvin Bagley's going to pass it in to Halliburton, or maybe to Akuff. Pass it into Akuff. Forces the foul there. Kyrie fouls out. Clifford's going to come in. I'm not going to watch. Kyrie limps off the field, or off the court. We're just going to continue the sim. We end up winning 109-104, advancing to the NBA Finals. Giannis wins Finals MVP in the Western Conference, 22-9, 5, 2.6, and 2.4 for him. And Jalen Brunson, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, as the Warriors are going to attempt to run it back, win 2 in a row here. Really, the Spurs were my biggest threat, but I guess the Knicks are still a very good team. They got rid of Towns. They don't have him anymore. We gave them Kuminga. I don't remember giving them Kuminga. Maybe they got Kuminga somehow. They signed him to free agency. They got Darius Garland. I don't know how they got him. Maybe he was one of those just free agent signings. Brunson, Garland, OG Anunoby, Jonathan Kuminga, and Cam Boozer. All right. This is a really, really good team. Game 1. Knicks win 116-105. Game 2, Knicks win 133-130, beating us at the end. They came back in this one. We were not able to hold on as Cam Boozer is really good. They have Jalen Wells on the bench. They have Keegan Murray on the bench. Josh Hart, Johnny Furphy on the bench. All right. Game 3. Going back to Golden State. New York wins that one 3-0. I think we're going to get swept. Maybe a gentleman's sweep because we do win that one by 2. Coming back there. A Cuff puts up 29 to try to make this something. But I don't know if we're going to win this one. Simulate that. Oh, Hagbaji is healed. Oh, we win another one. Forcing a game 6 in this one. And we have Wiggins is back healthy. But the Knicks beat us in 6. We are unable to repeat. Falling down 3-0 in this series was much harder to come back from than the Giants were, because the Knicks were a better team than we were this year. And so the Knicks take the finals from us, but Golden State does make it to the finals for a second straight season, losing in 6. If we look at Game 6, Brunson put up 36, and Giannis did his best, I guess. 45 minutes, only 15 points. I don't know why we didn't shoot that much. I guess Darius Akuf shot 14 times, and Halliburton had a 20-20 game, but 9 turnovers hurts too in Game 6. Yep, I mean, that's what happens. The fact that they have Darius Garland as well as Kuminga on top of their core, like, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. Well, we'll be back next year with this team. We get to keep it together. This is one of the teams that actually gets to stay together. Them and the Giants should be able to contend next year. We'll see what we can do to retain the players, retain dominance here. And we got lucky getting over the Spurs, but I don't know if we're going to get that luck again. And so that'll do it for 2028 and year 4 of the greatest cities of sports, the Bay. And I mean, it's been a phenomenal run so far. The Giants have three-peated, best season of all time last year, and they're in position. We kept the team together to do it again. Now, I don't think they're going to win 116 games this year, but maybe they will. You never know. Maybe they could. Felipe Tejada's going to come up. We could bring up those relievers at any point. Whatever it is, we have the chance to repeat going into next year. Though, it feels like a lot of the windows have closed. I was able to maneuver a lot of contracts to get a serviceable, decent roster for the 49ers to run next year. Elijah Brown is gone with Stanford, so his is closed, and I don't know how we take down the Spurs or the Knicks in the NBA, but doesn't mean it's over. We've come out of nowhere before. We could do it again. The question is whether or not, I guess really whether or not the Giants can four-peat. Like really out of anything. The crazy part about it is we are in the midst of one of the greatest teams I've ever built. And it's not even like really stacked ratings-wise. Like Adames is a 98, but like everybody else is just in the 80s. And the pitching staff is really good, I guess, but once again, just in the 80s, and then Logan Webb and Peralta, and the bullpen has just really, really performed well. You know, the GOAT Spencer Bivens. And we've won 3 titles out of it. So, who knows? So that's not bonus points this year, as we were unable to win 2 at the same time. In fact, if you think about it, we made it to the World Series with the Giants. Won that. We made it to the finals, lost. We lost in the semifinals with the 49ers and Stanford. So, it's still a really good season. It's just not enough. Okay, 1 year left of this. We will see you in 2029.